In this video, we're going to discuss about summation notation and product notation. So, yung summation of notation, this is written as sigma of a sub I equals 1 to n. Okay? So, this is a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 up to plus a sub n. So, ibig sabihin, itong summation notation, kumbaga ito yung shortcut for expressing sum of terms. Okay? So, dito, yung symbol na to, this is the Greek letter sigma. So, symbol para sa summation notation. And then we have I. So, this is the index of summation. Yung 1, ito yung lower limit. And then, n, ito naman yung upper limit. Okay? So, wait lang. Parang manipis yung okay. So, example, if we have this one, summation of k equals 1 to 7. So, this is written as 1 plus 2. Or kung i-expand natin yan, this is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 hanggang 7. So, magsisimula sa 1 sa lower limit papunta sa upper limit. Okay? And if you want to get the sum, yung actual na sum, so i-add lang natin to. So 1 plus 2, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28. So this is 28. Okay? So hindi lang pwedeng, hindi lang laging sa 1 nagsisimula. Pwede tayong magsimula sa ibang number, let's say 3. Then let's say this is I squared. And then up to 5. So, summation of I squared from 3 to 5. Okay? Where I is from, where I goes from 3 to 5. So, this is 3 squared plus 4 squared plus 5 squared. So, dito nagsimula sa 3 up to the upper limit 5. Okay? Or 9 plus 16 plus 25. So, okay? So, that's how we expand the summation of notation. Okay, so let's proceed to the properties. Properties of summation. Okay, so let's have the first property. Number 1, summation of C, where I goes from 1 to n. So this is equal to C times n. If you want to get the sum of summation of C from 1 to n. So this is just C times n, where C is constant. Okay? For illustration, so bago natin i-prove ito, let's illustrate. Let's say summation of 5, where I goes from 1 to 4. So this is 5, using this property, 5 times ano yung upper limit? 4. Or this is equal to 20. Okay? So yan, nakukuha na kagad natin yung sum. Okay. So let's have our proof for this property. Okay? Now, for our proof, maiksi lang naman to. So, summation of C, where I goes from 1 to n. So, this is just C plus C plus C. So, paulit-ulit lang yan na constant, plus C, and so on, plus C. So, kailan siya may hihinto? Up to n times. And that's how we get C times n. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Okay? Now, let's have the second property. Property number 2. We have summation of constant C times x sub I, where I goes from 1 to n. So, this is equal to C times x sub I equals 1 to n. So, as you can see dito, nilagay lang natin sa likod ng summation. So, nilabas lang natin yung constant. Okay? Now, for illustration, so kapag kinuha natin yung summation ng 4x sub I equals 1 to n. So, this is 4x sub 1 plus 4x sub 2 plus up to 4x sub n. So, dito matatapos sa x sub n. And as you can see, they have common factors. Kaya pwede nating ilabas yung 4 and then magiging x sub 1 plus x sub 2 up to x sub n. Okay? And kung ibabalik natin to sa summation notation or sigma notation, this is summation of x sub I equals 1 to n. Okay? So, ito yung nasa second property. Okay? Now, let's generalize for our proof. Okay? So, summation of C, so this is any constant C, x sub I equals 1 to n. So, this is equal to C x sub 1 plus C x sub 2 plus up to C x sub n. So, ipa-factor out lang natin kung ano yung constant na yon. This is C and then we have x sub 1 plus x sub 2 up to x sub n. And this is now equal to C summation of x sub I equals 1 to n. Okay? Next, property number 3. So, number 3, we have summation of x sub I plus y sub I equals 1 to n. So, this is equal to summation of x sub I equals 1 to n plus summation of y sub I equals 1 to n. Okay, so for our illustration, let's have summation of a sub 1 or a sub I plus 5. Okay. So, i-expand muna natin. So, this is a sub 1 plus 5 plus a sub 2 plus 5 plus plus a sub n plus 5. Okay? And then, since addition to, pwede natin pagsamahin yung mga a sub 1, a sub 2, plus up to a sub n. Tapos, pagsamahin natin yung 5 plus 5 up to 5. Yung mga 5. Okay. And then, ibalik natin sa sigma notation. So, this is summation of a sub I equals 1 to n plus summation of 5 I equals 1 to n. Okay? So, as you can see, so kamukha na siya nung nandito sa property number 2. So, let's have our general proof for this property. So, let's have summation of x sub I plus y sub I equals 1 to n. So, this is x sub 1 plus y sub 1 plus x sub 2 plus y sub 2 plus and so on up to x sub n plus y sub n. So, tulad ng ginawa natin kanina, this is simply x sub 1 plus x sub 2 up to x sub n plus y sub 1, y sub 2 up to y sub n. So, this is equal to summation of x sub I equals 1 to n plus summation of y sub I equals 1 to n. So, that's how we prove this property. Okay? So, let's have our example. So, let's try to apply summation notation. So, example 1. So, let x sub 1 equals 3, x sub 2 equals negative 1, x sub 3 equals 5. Okay. So, letter A. So, for summation, so let's try to find the value of summation of x sub I squared, I equals 1 to 3. So, this is simply equal to x sub 1 squared plus x sub 2 squared plus x sub 3 squared. And what is x sub 1? Ang x sub 1 natin ay 3. So, this is 3 squared plus x sub 2 is negative 1. So, negative 1 squared plus x sub 3 is 5. So, this is 5 squared. Okay? So, let's find the sum. Okay? So, this is 9. And then negative 1 squared is positive 1. And then 5 squared is 25. So, kapag sinabing expand, ito lang yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? So, ito yung series. Now, pag ang hinahanap ay sum, ipagpa-plus lang natin. So, this is equal to 35. Ito yung sum. Okay? Now, let's have letter B. Let's try summation of x sub I equals 1 to 3, quantity squared. Okay. So, this is simply equal to x sub 1 plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 quantity squared. So, this is 3 minus 1 plus 5 squared. Okay, so this is 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 5, 7 squared, 49. So, ito yung ating sum. Okay? So, as you can see, kung mapapansin natin sa example natin, yung summation ng x sub I squared, so we can generalize it from 1 to n. So, this is not the same as summation of x sub I equals 1 to n, quantity squared. Okay? Katulad ng example natin, yung lumabas sa letter A, 35, yung sa letter B, 49. So, they are not the same. Okay? So, yung sa una kasi, ini-square natin yung bawat term. Dito naman, ini-square natin yung buong summation. Yung buong sum. Okay? So, let's now proceed to product notation. Let's have product notation. Okay. So, sa product notation, we have we will use the Greek pi to use for a product sign. Okay, so the product of k, let's say k, where I is equal to 1 to n. So this is equal to 1 times 2 times 3 up to n. And as you can see, this is the same as n factorial. Okay? Because n factorial is defined as n times n minus 1. Kung maaalala natin, when we say n factorial, this is n minus 1, n minus 2, dot, up to 3, 2, 1. So, pababa lang yung kay n factorial. Okay? Now, let's try our example. So, take note pala, 0 factorial sa factorial notation. So, this is equal to 1. Okay? Now, if we have, let's say, 1 factorial, so this is also equal to 1. And then if we have the product of k, dapat pala k to, no? If k yung ginamit ko. Okay. So, product of k equals 1 to 2. So, this is the same as 2 factorial or 2 times 1. Okay? So, pero since ang gamit natin product notation, gagawin ko lang ay 1 times 2. And this is 2. Okay? So, next. So, product ng k equals 1 to 3. So, this is the same as 3 factorial. And that is 1 times 2 times 3. 56. Okay? Product of k equals 1 to 4. This is 4 factorial. And this is equal to 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. It's 24. And so on. Okay? And so on. Now, let's proceed to the properties of product notation. So, properties of the product notation or known as the pi notation. Okay? So, first property, so let's say we have pi of a sub I equals 1 to n. So, this is equal to pi of a sub 1, a sub I equals 1 to n, times pi b sub I equals 1 to n. Okay? So, imagine this is very obvious because we are talking about product and product is commutative. No? So, kaya pwede natin siya gawing ganyan. Okay? So, let's try. So, pi. So, for illustration, we have pi ai bi equals 1 to n. So, this is equal to a1 b1 times a2. So, let's make it 2. 1 to 2. So, a2 b2. Okay? And since commutative ang product, so we can have a1 a2 times b1 b2. And this is equal to product of a sub I equals 1 to 2 times product of b sub I equals 1 to 2. Okay? So next, let's have number 2. We have the product of K where K equals 1, 2. No. Let's make it I. So, ito yung pinagkaiba nung kaninang ginawa natin. Okay. So, kanina kasi, pinalitan ko yung dito, ay yung nilagay ko. So, K yung dinalagay ko para mag-move to 1, 2, 3. Okay? Kasi ang magsisimula tayo sa lower limit, parang sa summation, lower limit to upper limit. So, kapag ginawa kong I yung index dito, hindi to mag-move. Magsisilbing constant lang to, pero K lang. Okay? So, yun yung gagawin natin sa property number 2. So, sasadyain natin na yung index natin na ginamit ay I up to N. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ito nag-move. Palaging constant K lang siya. Okay, so K raised to N. So, anong pinagkaiba nito sa summation notation? So, dito, sa summation notation, pinag-multiply natin to. Okay, sa product notation, naging exponent kung upper limit. Okay, so, illustration, we have, let's say, C, I equals 1 to 5. So, this is the same as C raised to 5. Okay? Bakit? Kasi this is C times C times C times C times C. Okay? Pakita ko na rin. No? This is C times C times C times C times C, and that is C raised to 5. Okay, next. Property number 3. So for number 3, we have the product Ka sub I equals 1 to N. So this is equal to K. So dito, inano rin natin yung constant. Nilabas din natin yung constant. Okay. I equals 1 to N. Okay. So, for illustration, so let's have product of 2A sub I equals 1 to 3. Okay, by the way, so dito, dapat pala K raised to N yung nasa labas. Kasi siya, kasali si K dito sa product notation. So let's make it K raised to N. Pi I equals 1 to N of A sub I. Okay, so for illustration, so this is equal to 2A sub 1 times 2A sub 2 times 2A sub 3. Okay? And as you can see, hindi naman to addition na ipa-factor out natin yung 2. So this is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2. And then times A1 times A2 times A3. Okay? So balik natin. Gawin natin tong 2 raised to 3. And then, balik natin sa product notation to. Product of A sub I equals 1 to 3. Okay, so yan, yung sa property. Next. So, ito yung kaninang pinakita ko sa number 4. No need na siguro ng illustration. So, product of I equals 1 to N. So, this is equal to N factorial. Okay? Kasi ito, sige, pakita ko na rin illustration. illustration, product of I equals 1 to 4. Okay? So this is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. Tama? And this is 4 factorial. Okay. And then the last one, last property, we have product of a sub I raised to k, I equals 1 to n. This is equal to product of a sub I equals 1 to n, quantity raised to k. So sa summation, hindi to equal. Pero sa product notation, they are equal. So for example, or for our illustration, we have, let's say, product of a sub I raised to 3, I equals 1 to 4. So this is a sub 1 raised to 3 times a sub 2 raised to 3 times a sub 3 raised to 3, a sub 4 raised to 3. And then by law of exponents, so this is a sub 1 times a sub 2 times a sub 3 times a sub 4 quantity raised to 3. And this is product of a sub I equals 1 to 4 quantity raised to 3. Okay? Now, let's have our example on how to apply product notation. So, let's call it example number 2. Kasi meron tayong example 1. Ayan. Sige. Example number 2. Let's have letter A. Let's find the product of K. K equals 3 to 7. So, this time, hindi tayo nag-start sa 1. Nag-start tayo sa 3. Okay, so this is simply 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7. So, i-expand lang natin. Ngayon, kapag kailangan natin ng product, i-multiply nyo lang. Okay? So, next. Let's try to expand product of n plus x. N equals 0 to 3. So, this time, nagsimula ako sa 0. Okay, so this is 0 plus x, that is x, okay, times 1 plus x, times 2 plus x, times 3 plus x. Okay, yung n lang yung napapalitan kasi siya lang yung nasa index. Okay, sa lower limit up to upper limit. Okay, next. Number 3. How about dalawa? Pwede ba yun? Product I equals 1 to 2 of the product j equals 4 to 6 of 3ij. Okay, so dalawang product notation. So, paano to? Mauuna yung j. Okay? So, stay muna natin, kopyahin to, 1 to 2. Tapos, i-substitute na natin yung sa j. So, this is 3i times 4, 3i times 5, kasi nagsimula tayo sa 4, ayan, papunta sa 6. 3i times 6. So, this is yan muna natin. Ayusin muna natin. This is 12i, 15i, and then 18i. Ngayon, saka natin i-expand to. Substitute natin yung I from 1 to 2. So, this is 12 times 1. 12 times 1, 15 times 1, 18 times 1, and then we have 12 times 2, 15 times 2, 18 times 2. Okay, so this is 12, 15, 18, 24, 30, and 36. Okay, so I think that's all for summation notation and product notation.